Have you ever felt like a tiny boat drifting alone in the immense ocean of social connections, desperately seeking to be anchored in the hearts and minds of those around you? In today's whirlwind of digital interactions, where countless voices compete for attention, it's easy to feel lost, unnoticed, and undervalued. But what if I told you that there's a timeless philosophy that can serve as your compass, guiding you to stand out, not just as another face in the crowd, but as someone who truly matters to those around you? Welcome to a journey where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we're diving deep into how you can make yourself a priority in others' lives, not through manipulation or games, but through the profound and authentic principles of Stoicism. Stick with me as we explore how to become a beacon in the sea of relationships, shining brightly enough to be seen, valued, and cherished. If you're ready to unlock these secrets, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, share this video with your circle, and stay tuned until the end. Each moment of this journey could be the key to transforming your relationships. Step 1. Context and problem. The quest for significance. In our pursuit of significance within the intricate web of social relationships, we often face a disheartening imbalance, a sense that we value others more highly than they value us. This feeling of being undervalued prompts a deep exploration of self-worth. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rich in wisdom, offers valuable guidance here. Rooted in the teachings of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, Stoicism emphasizes an internal locus of control. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, profoundly observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This statement reflects the Stoic belief that true worth and contentment come not from external validation, but from within. It's a reminder that our value does not depend on the opinions or perceptions of others, but on our own self-perception and inner resilience. Seneca, another key Stoic philosopher, also reinforces this idea. Seneca highlighted the importance of self-reliance and inner fortitude with his insightful observation. If a man does not know to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. This underscores the need for self-awareness and a clear understanding of our own values and goals. In the realm of social relationships, it suggests that knowing ourselves and our worth is essential for being valued appropriately by others. Epictetus, with his focus on the dichotomy of control, reinforces this Stoic approach. He argued that we should concentrate on what lies within our power, our responses, attitudes, and actions, while letting go of concerns about how others perceive us. This detachment from external validation is liberating and empowers us to develop a sense of self-worth that is independent of others' opinions. The Stoic idea of finding worth within oneself aligns with contemporary psychological theories. Carl Jung, a pivotal figure in psychology, once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." This echoes the Stoic principle of authentic living, the belief that true value and happiness are found in living in accordance with one's own nature and virtues. Step 2. Solution and application. Building authentic relationships. To strengthen our significance in the lives of others, we turn to Stoicism and broader philosophical thought for practical methods. The focus here is on fostering a wise and sincere approach to building authentic, high-value relationships, rather than relying on manipulation or superficial tactics. At the heart of Stoicism is the wisdom of understanding and controlling what is within our power. As Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." In the context of relationships, this means focusing on our actions, reactions, and the genuine nature of our interactions with others. By doing so, we enhance the quality of our presence in others' lives, making it more likely for them to genuinely value and appreciate us. Marcus Aurelius, another renowned Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of authenticity in our interactions. He advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This highlights the core of forming high-value relationships, being genuine, kind, and true to our principles in all our interactions. By embodying the virtues we admire, we naturally attract people who value these qualities, thereby establishing a solid foundation for meaningful relationships. For meaningful and enduring relationships, Seneca's teachings on the brevity of life and the importance of living in harmony with nature remind us to value our time with others. He said, "Life, if well lived, is long enough." This emphasizes the need to be fully present and engaged in our interactions, making every moment count. By giving our full attention and sincerity to our relationships, we show others that they are important to us, inviting mutual appreciation and deepening the connection. These Stoic principles are also reflected in broader philosophical contexts. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia, or flourishing, suggests that true fulfillment is achieved through virtuous activities and a life well lived. In relationships, this means engaging in interactions that are mutually enriching, honest, and respectful. By striving for personal excellence in how we treat others, we cultivate relationships that enhance our well-being and overall fulfillment. Carl Jung's insights into the psyche further illuminate this approach. He believed in individuation, the process of becoming fully aware of oneself and the world. Jung stated, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." This perspective encourages us to approach relationships as self-aware individuals, capable of profound connections that transform and enrich both parties. Step 3. Stoic principle: understanding relationships and self-worth. Stoic philosophy, deeply rooted in the wisdom of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offers profound insights into relationships and self-worth. The saying, "Show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are," highlights not just the impact of our social circle on our identity, but also the importance of reciprocity in relationships. Stoicism encourages us to closely examine these dynamics, especially the value we assign to ourselves and how this is reflected in our interactions with others. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, emphasized the importance of self-reflection in understanding one's value in relationships. He believed that true worth is found inwardly, not through external validation. Aurelius famously said, "The value of a man is measured by the value he places on himself." This underscores the Stoic principle that our self-worth should not rely excessively on others' perceptions or priorities, but should be grounded in our own understanding of our value and contributions. Seneca, another key Stoic figure, also spoke about the balance between balancing social engagement and independence. Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This guidance encourages us to choose relationships that are mutually beneficial and uplifting, rather than staying in ones where we feel undervalued or neglected. Seneca's wisdom suggests that relying too much on others for our sense of self-worth can lead to unfulfilling relationships. Instead, we should foster connections that promote mutual growth and respect. Epictetus, known for his teachings on control and acceptance, also addresses this issue. He stated, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Applied to relationships, this means acknowledging that we may not always be a priority for others, which is acceptable. What we can control is how we respond to this reality and how we maintain our self-worth within these dynamics. Western philosophy and psychology echo these sentiments. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean emphasizes the importance of balance, in this case, between valuing oneself and valuing others in a relationship. Carl Jung, a prominent psychologist, highlighted the process of individuation, where understanding and integrating aspects of oneself leads to personal growth and healthier relationships. Step 4. Practical actions, managing presence and availability. In the quest to be more valued in our relationships, Stoicism offers a pragmatic approach centered on managing our presence and availability. Rooted in the wisdom of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, Stoicism provides guidance on navigating social interactions with grace and intention. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, stressed the importance of valuing one's time and presence. He taught that time is one of the few things we can control in a world governed by fate and external circumstances. By judiciously managing our availability, we signal to others the value of our time, which in turn increases our worth in their eyes. Aurelius advocated for purposeful action, including making conscious decisions about when and how to engage with others. Seneca echoed this sentiment, advising that we should be selective with our company and time. He suggested that by occasionally withdrawing our presence, we allow others to appreciate our value more fully. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to be free from the yoke of our own desires, and to be able to relax and set aside our anxiety. This relaxation includes resisting the urge for constant social validation and recognizing the power of absence in enhancing our relationships." Epictetus, a Greek Stoic philosopher, emphasized focusing on what we can control. He asserted that only the educated are free, highlighting the importance of self-awareness and control in fostering meaningful and valued relationships. Managing time and attention in relationships. In relationships, understanding that we have the power to manage our time and attention is crucial. By controlling our availability, we assert our freedom and self-respect, which in turn leads others to value and respect us more. Western philosophy and psychology also support these Stoic principles. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean advocates for balance in all things. Applied to social interactions, this means finding a middle ground between being overly available and completely inaccessible. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, emphasized individuation, the process of understanding and integrating one's own needs and boundaries. This self-awareness fosters healthier interactions where our time and presence are truly valued. Practical actions for being valued by others. To be more valued by others, start by judiciously managing your availability. This isn't about playing games or being elusive, but about respecting your own time and teaching others to do the same. By occasionally allowing people to miss you, you create a healthy dynamic where your presence is appreciated and sought after. Remember, it's not about controlling others or the outcomes of relationships, but about managing your own actions and choices with wisdom and dignity. Step 5. Developing patience, mastering emotional resilience. In Stoic philosophy, patience is elevated to an art form and is seen as essential for thriving amidst life's perpetual turmoil. This perspective, deeply embedded in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, remains timelessly relevant. Marcus Aurelius, renowned for his meditative reflections, viewed patience as a form of inner strength. He believed that our inner peace should not be subject to external events. As he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This statement encapsulates the Stoic essence of patience, maintaining a composed and resilient mindset regardless of life's challenges. Seneca, another Stoic luminary, saw patience as a conscious resistance against the rushing tides of life. He advised, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay," suggesting that patience involves deliberately pausing and reflecting rather than reacting impulsively. This approach is an active engagement with our emotional landscape, mastering our impulses in favor of thoughtful responses. Epictetus, known for his practical wisdom, placed great emphasis on the dichotomy of control. He taught that while we cannot control external events, we have absolute power over our reactions. From this viewpoint, patience is a manifestation of this control, reflecting our ability to manage our responses with resilience and grace. A steadfast commitment to endurance and self-mastery. Epictetus asserted, "No man is free who is not master of himself," emphasizing that true freedom stems from self-mastery, with patience being a crucial element. Patience, from a Western philosophical and psychological perspective, aligns with ideals of emotional regulation and resilience. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean advocates for a balanced approach to life, suggesting that patience lies between passive inaction and rash impulsiveness. Similarly, Carl Jung's emphasis on individuation, the process of understanding oneself, supports the Stoic practice of patience. By managing our emotions and cultivating self-awareness, we enhance our interactions and adapt more effectively to our environment. In contemporary terms, practicing patience means embracing the present moment without succumbing to the pressure for immediate results or responses. It involves maintaining composure in a fast-paced, often chaotic world, which in turn makes us more appealing to others. People are naturally drawn to those who exhibit calmness and resilience amid adversity. Step 6. Self-prioritization, the art of valuing oneself. In Stoicism, self-prioritization is not merely encouraged, but seen as essential for a balanced life. This concept is echoed in various Western philosophical and psychological thoughts, which stress the importance of valuing oneself to be valued by others. Marcus Aurelius, a leading Stoic philosopher, emphasized the significance of self-respect. He famously said, "If you do not have respect for yourself, no one else will." This highlights the Stoic belief that self-respect is foundational to how others perceive and treat us. By prioritizing our needs and setting boundaries, we communicate that our time and energy are valuable and deserve respect. Seneca, another Stoic thinker, advocated for self-care as a virtue. He wrote, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it." This suggests that neglecting self-prioritization leads to a diminished life. By learning to say no when necessary, we manage our resources wisely and lead a life of quality, both in terms of time and relationships. Epictetus highlighted the importance of control over our actions and choices. He taught that it is not what happens to us, but how we react that truly matters. This principle is central to self-prioritization. By choosing to focus on our own needs, we maintain control over our lives and how we respond to others' demands. From a broader psychological perspective, Carl Jung's concept of individuation aligns with this Stoic practice. Jung believed in the importance of understanding oneself as an individual, which complements the Stoic approach of valuing and prioritizing oneself. Separating from the collective. The importance of self-prioritization. Prioritizing oneself is a crucial step toward achieving individuality, leading to a stronger, more defined personality that commands respect and recognition from others. Aristotle's notion of the golden mean, the desirable balance between two extremes, supports this idea. He taught that virtue lies in finding equilibrium, which includes balancing our own needs with those of others. Thus, saying no is not an act of selfishness, but a practice of maintaining this balance. By applying these Stoic and philosophical principles, we understand that prioritizing ourselves is not an act of selfishness, but a necessary step toward gaining respect and value from others. It teaches us to manage our personal resources effectively and sets a standard for how others should treat us. When we demonstrate that we value our own time and efforts, we naturally inspire others to do the same. This act of self-respect not only benefits our mental and emotional well-being, but also enhances our social and professional relationships. Step 7. Time management. Wise use of time, according to Seneca. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, offers profound insights into the wise use of time, an idea that resonates deeply in both ancient wisdom and contemporary thought. His perspective on time management goes beyond mere efficiency and productivity. It addresses the quality of life and making conscious, meaningful choices. In his essay on the shortness of life, Seneca famously remarked, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested." This quote reflects the Stoic view that once time is lost, it cannot be regained. Therefore, Seneca urges us to be selective about how and with whom we spend our time, emphasizing that our time is a precious, limited resource that should be used wisely and purposefully. This Stoic principle aligns with Aristotle's belief in pursuing activities that enrich the soul. Aristotle taught that eudaimonia, or flourishing, is the highest good for human beings and can only be achieved by living virtuously and engaging in activities that fulfill our true nature. By managing our time wisely, we can allocate more of it to activities that contribute to our personal growth and happiness. Plato, another great philosopher, also highlighted the importance of self-reflection and personal growth. He believed that an unexamined life is not worth living. In this context, wise time management includes periods of introspection and contemplation, which help us better understand ourselves and our place in the world. From a psychological standpoint, Jung's concept of individuation and time management. From a psychological perspective, Carl Jung's concept of individuation further supports the importance of wise time management. Jung emphasized the role of personal development and self-realization in achieving psychological growth. By making deliberate choices about how we spend our time, we can engage in activities that foster our personal and psychological advancement. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, also highlighted the significance of focusing on what is within our control. He advised against squandering time on matters beyond our influence, urging us instead to concentrate on our own actions and choices. This approach to time management involves making conscious decisions that align with our values and goals. Step 8. Autonomy. Epicurus on self-mastery and freedom. Epictetus, renowned for his insights into happiness and the good life, presents a compelling argument about the essence of true freedom. His assertion that no man is free who is not master of himself encapsulates a fundamental principle of personal autonomy and self-mastery. This idea, deeply rooted in Epicurean philosophy, underscores the importance of controlling our decisions and emotions to enhance our self-worth and autonomy. Epicurus, while distinct from Stoicism, shared the belief that inner peace and freedom stem from self-governance. He proposed that pleasure, understood as the absence of pain and disturbance, is achieved through simple living, personal virtues, and the management of desires. This perspective encourages us to reflect on our emotional responses and decision-making processes, suggesting that true freedom is found not in external circumstances, but in how we manage our internal states. Conclusion: embracing the path of self-mastery. This concept aligns with Stoic teachings, particularly those of Epictetus, who famously said, "We are disturbed not by events, but by the views we take of them." Epictetus emphasized that our perception of events, rather than the events themselves, determines our peace of mind. This Stoic view resonates with Epicurus's focus on internal mastery as the key to freedom. From a broader philosophical perspective, Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia, or flourishing, is achieved through the exercise of virtue and rationality, echoing the sentiment of self-mastery. Aristotle believed that living according to reason and virtue leads to the highest form of happiness, a state closely linked to having control over one's actions and emotions. In psychology, Carl Jung's emphasis on individuation, the process of becoming aware of oneself, aligns with this idea. Jung believed that becoming conscious of our inner world and integrating different aspects of our personality leads to psychological wholeness and autonomy. This process involves understanding and managing our emotional landscape, ultimately contributing to a more fulfilling and autonomous life.